Ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks ago, I had said that I had something really exciting to share with you guys, but I couldn't tell you. And today I finally can, because I was blessed to be sent the first 6 episodes at the time of me recording this of From Season 4 early. And today I get to share with you my early opinions with no spoilers whatsoever for From Season 4. And I feel absolutely blessed and honored that I'm in a position where I get to be sharing this and recording this video standing here today with you. So thank you so much for helping make that a reality. And as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this because just like all of you, I waited a long time for From Season 4 to come out. And now that I've seen it, I could at least give you something of what to expect. Again, I have to be very limited on what I tell you. But one of the things that really stood out to me from the interview I had with Elizabeth Saunders before From Season 4 came out, actually before I even knew I was getting these screeners or anything like that, is she had said that From Season 4 is basically like, you know how you have that one shitty week where everything just goes wrong and continues to go wrong? That's the best way I can describe everything I've seen so far. And I'm trying to give everything as honestly as I can with no bias in there towards what I saw. So obviously, you know where we left off in Season 3. You know what happened at the end with the man in yellow. You know what happened at the end with Julie discovering she can story walk, I guess, to some extent. You know where our characters left off with Fatima giving birth and all of that stuff. And I think really the only thing I can tell you about what to expect in that regard is you're definitely going to be seeing the continuations of those things. And where it goes is something that is very, very exciting because there are a lot of twists and turns along the way. And it really does feel like for the first time in a while, and I think this is the biggest thing, everywhere that I go on X, on Facebook, anywhere I see people talking about From, one of the biggest complaints I see is people saying that the show has given so many questions but hasn't answered anything and just leaves everything out. And a lot of people, I've seen this sentiment of a lot of people saying that they feel like if the show doesn't give them answers this season, they're going to turn off the show. The good thing is, this season really comes out swinging with answers to things. And I'm not saying it comes out in episode 1. I'm not going to tell you, I can't tell you when things get told, but I can tell you, it really does feel like the writing crew, the production crew, the acting crew, all have everything in motion in a way, it feels like, okay, I guess the best analogy I could give is for those of you who have seen Dexter, Dexter Season 4 is the most confident and matured season of early Dexter. It really feels like they've just nailed everything. And I feel that same sort of sentiment with Season 4. I think they've listened, and I also think the writers do genuinely know where they're going with this story, but I think they've listened, or at least have had this planned, that things are going to be set in motion, and we're going to get, I don't know that I want to call it endgame territory, but we're definitely going to be getting some sort of direction towards where this story goes this season. I know in the first 6 episodes, that is the biggest takeaway that I have. I don't think that means that every single episode gives us answers. And I don't think by that, I want to set the expectation correctly. You're not going to go into this and know everything right away. There are still so many things that I have left on the table. But at least now, I feel like from what I've seen, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is where the story is going. This is what this is. Not that they tell you like where things actually end up, but just to give you, there's enough there to keep the momentum of, okay, now I feel like we're heading into, if this is a 5-season show, an endgame territory. And if it's not, at least a direction where our characters are now going to know the things they might need to do to get home. That's the sentiment I've had from this season. It feels like it's more mature. It feels like it's creatively sound in where it wants to go. And it feels like it's finally giving us answers or a direction of where those answers will be. Does that make any sense? I'm trying to find additional things to say that don't give any spoilers away. But I guess the best way I could describe what you're in for is season 3 leaves us on a very strong foundation where everything, it doesn't feel like endgame territory, but it does feel like we're now entering the penultimate season. And I think for the most part, that's the feeling I got when watching. I think the first 2 episodes are absolute bangers. They're really strong and they set the momentum strong. I actually think episode 1 is one of the best episodes of the show, if not the best episode. So there is that going in. I do think 3 and 4 are probably the slower of the 2, and then 5 and 6 of the 6, not of the 2, of the 6 that I've seen. I think 3 and 4 are probably the slower of the 2, and then 5 and 6 picks up. But when I say that, I don't think 3 and 4 are slow by any means, because there are some big things that happen all throughout. And I just have to say, like, I don't think there's really ever been a bad episode of the show. I think the show's had its moments, its ebbs and flows. Every show does. And I think the ebb of the ones that I've seen are probably 3 and 4. But again, that's not like for any particular reason, like I think they're bad. The point I'm trying to make is this season has really high momentum, and then it pulls back a little bit, then it accelerates again a little bit. But I think that's every season of TV. I don't even know if I can say that. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just trying to give you everything I can. The point I'm trying to make in this video is I really thoroughly enjoyed everything I watched. And I don't know if that's because I was so excited and I got to kind of binge these episodes in a sense quickly and not wait week to week, or if it's just it was genuinely good. It's kind of hard for me to sit here and tell you that and convey that to you, especially if you're watching this and obviously you haven't seen the episodes. It's hard for me to convey that in a way where I'm not spoiling anything either. But I guess what I would say is season 3 leaves us off in a very good foundation to get immediate follow-ups and immediate, I don't want to say answers, but immediate paths to the next step. Does that make any sense? I hope so. All I got to say is you guys are in for an absolute treat, and I can't wait to be here alongside you guys covering it. I will be covering every episode, and I will also be doing episode recaps after the fact of maybe like deep dives into something that happens each episode. I'm going to try to do that. What you'll definitely expect is the Sunday the episode airs, I will be covering it absolutely. So you can expect that, and then throughout the week we'll be talking about it more in some way with deep dives. So yeah, again, look, I just have to save this for the end. I am so blessed to be in a predicament where I'm standing here right now telling you this. This has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest accomplishment this channel has achieved, and it wouldn't have happened without you guys being there to support the coverage I do. I can't thank you enough for that, and I wish you could like get inside my brain and understand how thankful I am for you to be sitting here watching this video, because it's helped me get to this point. And you know, honestly, I could not do it without you guys. So thank you so much, and thank you to MGM Plus for sending me these episodes early. I'm so thankful for this opportunity because it's a show I genuinely, wholeheartedly love, and I can't wait for you to watch it alongside me. So thank you all so much for watching this one. I can't wait to see you, and I'm so glad I get to spill these freaking beans now, because I've been sitting on it for so long, not being able to tell anyone that I've seen this freaking season already. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so hyped, and I can't wait for you to see. So with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.